My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. There's no time to waste. We gotta launch the run. Oh, well, I don't think I've played this clan combination, certainly not this Fhyra Heart very often. We've got Banished as our lead, as well as the exiled Stygian Guard follow, so we're gonna have the Foregone Powers in the base deck, as well as the Just Cause. It's nice to have the ability to advance a unit, especially considering we have Battle Dancer in here already. Shift, gain 3 Valor. Good lord, we also have 2 Windblades in the base deck, I only just realized that. 1 Ember to give Shift, gain Valor 1, and then, on Resolve, trigger Shift. Incredible with the Battle Dancer. We're so set up already. And Titan's Gratitude is an attuned spell that does 35 damage to the front enemy unit, discards a card at random. We've also got the Fhyra Heart, Fhyra's Greed. When your Pyre takes damage, gain 10 coins. Seraphiternus Chosen of Savagery. Must it be? Must it be? We'll find a way to deal with those Rage Wings. So here's the thing. I literally have a Windblade in the base deck. I can't ignore the Unchained Fell. When you play 3 different kinds of card in a turn, draw 1, gain 1. We'll do that relatively commonly, especially because of the equipment we already have. Third spell of the turn gives all magic power, all cards +1 magic power for the rest of the battle, but we have nothing affected by, well, Titan's Gratitude is affected by magic power. But I'd rather draw more card and gain more energy. Merchant Magic next to a Banished unit. We've also got Merchant of Steel next to a Stygian unit. I would be hesitant to go that direction if I didn't already have the Battle Dancer. So one of the lines is definitely going to be Battle Dancer Fell. They're just going to be swapping their positions with the Just Cause, as well as both getting Windblades equipped to them. I want as many resolution phases for them as possible, so I'll have to set up on top. Oh my god, a Windblade for both of you on turn 1? Wow. I can just cause the Lurking Miscreant to the front of the enemies and then get to kill it, prevent myself from taking damage. I could play a Curse and then a spell, and then I would draw a card, gain an energy as well. I want to leave the Vengeful Shard in my hand at the end of the turn, ideally, so that I can get the 10 coins that it represents. I think drawing deeper into the deck, courtesy of not letting a Lurking Miscreant screw with my draw, is probably more relevant, maybe? Actually, you know what? It's not, because it gives me Scourges, which are just additional cards I can use for triggering the Versatile Everstar. And I'm intentionally leaving this in hand. I can play Scourge, Just Cause, and then Vengeful Shard to draw a card. Titan's Gratitude doesn't get 2 units down here, just gets the 1. I think I just let them go all the way to the top. So I've got to Just Cause you to the front of the line so that I can take out the Collector. Got to invert those 100%, and then play out a Chime of Despair, allowing ourselves again to take 10. Spear Steward. Just Cause. And then drop a Chime of Despair, which will draw us a card, gain an energy, giving me the ability to put another Spear Steward on the bottom line. Perfect. I mean, I suspect Titan's Gratitude is enough here. That's enough. Burn both chimes, get a little more damage on the fallen champion there. Note, every resolve phase we're getting a permanent Valor on the top line, even if we're not playing Just Cause up there consistently. Obviously, I'd like to play Just Cause up there consistently, though. Come on, as many movements as I can get. 1, 2. And then I leave the Vengeful Shard in hand for the end of the turn. Oh, hell yes. That's about as good as that goes, I think. Rising Rage, Ascend, and then Advance. I like having that for when Fel and Battle Dancer are the top line, because you can ascend a unit on the line below them, and it'll go behind both of them, and then advance, so it'll also trigger the shifts of both Fel and Battle Dancer as it moves past them. Selfless Sacrifice, Advance, apply Damage Shield 2, especially for the whatchamacallit, the Savagery. Being able to pop some Damage Shield on a unit does seem pretty impactful. I'm going to take that, actually. Henderson's Bloodsuit didn't get a look in. Preserve, add Frozen to a card in your hand. Unfortunately, I can't apply that to Blight. It's literally not an option. Offering Token is often really, really powerful for so many reasons. I'm not going to launch into a giant diatribe here about how good Offering Token is. However, I will note, in this instance, where I have 5 cards that discard a card at random, so I have a lot of card negativity in the deck. I've also got 2 copies of Titan's Gratitude, so that's 7 cards that discard a card at random. And also, I don't want to be discarding my Shards. Offering Token's significantly worse in this circumstance. I think I take Preserve. I'm going to give it a chance to impress me. It doesn't have to do much. Multi-strike for the Battle Dancer immediately. Yeah, we take that. Oh, Eel Gorgon this early? Oh, I want to do it. I want to do it. Damn, but Cold Kelia. Just giving that a large stone and putting it on the bottom line clears so much for so long right now. If it ever got quick, it's a way that I take out the whatchamacallums? Rage Wings. It's so hard to ignore that, though. Eel Gorgon, incant, gain multi-strike 1. On resolve, remove all status effects. So I do know about the tech. I haven't gotten to utilize it yet. I do know that if I got the, is it Guardian's Armor? What's it called? Piece of equipment that gives a bunch of health and a bunch of armor to a unit, but it also silences them. If we gave a bunch of multi-strike to the Eel Gorgon and then silenced it, it never triggers its resolve. Of course, it never triggers incant again, but it never triggers resolve, so it keeps all of the multi-strike. Super cool. Pretty expensive card. I don't really want to be casting spells on its floor. Theoretically, I do want an incant floor. Realistically, the correct option here, I think, is 100% take Cold Kelia, give it the large stone, put it on the bottom floor. I don't know exactly how much I want to argue against the tide. I could also pop the Heartstone on it if I really wanted to here. I'm not going to. I want to leave it open to the possibility of still accepting the quick modifier. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor. That's completely okay. So on the top floor, they're going to be dealing 12 damage. There's 2 arguments here. I could put Cold Kelia up on top line and just let it sweep them. And just let that line happen, then play Fel and Battle Dancer on the bottom line, and then let them keep doing their thing. Oh, actually, this is fine. Battle Dancer has to be in front of Fel, but if Cold Kelly is on the second floor, because this isn't a Slay or a Harvest floor, it only cares about its own movements, I don't have to save the next line to let them go up there, so I can just let them die. Cold Kelly is cold power. Yep. Exactly enough to knock them down. Unfortunately, Fel's not going to end this turn in the front line, which is really where it would want to be. Let's play 3 here, actually. Oh, do I? I could either get 10 gold from this turn, or I could play 3 cards for the Versatile Ember Staff and draw. Like, that definitely happens. And then, do I want to play anything more? I think I do. Another Spear Steward, eh? Alright. Get him with a sweep. Okay. Just cause. Just cause. Wind's Blade. Now you gain even more at the end of the turn. Preserve can't hold Chime of Despair in hand, so I'll keep my Preserve. Hey, another Shield Steward turns up. Oh, Windblade equipment, and then I play a spell, getting an additional energy, giving me the ability to play another spell. I get to keep the Vengeful Shard in hand. I'm gonna just... Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay! So, is it Echo of the Time Father? I think it's the Pyre that gives Frozen to all of your cards in hand. Explicitly ignores Blights. But no, I can give Frozen to the Vengeful Shard and get 10 coin a turn from it, which actually makes it busted as all hell. Okay, it's not as busted as having 6 Wickless Tycoons, but this is money, and money matters so much. Random discards are a lot harder for me to do at the moment, but that's okay. Selflessly sacrifice. That'll do. Give me the money. I think there's also a pretty good argument to make for going for the Merchant of Arms here, so that I have the ability to hit it with a... or rather hit the Windblade with deployable. I do think that'd be pretty important, yeah. I'm gonna drop both Chimes of Despair, but I'm not gonna risk losing Vengeful Shard from this hand. One, 2, 3, got him. Oh, the money. Divinity for applying 10 Valor in a bump to a single unit. I do like that, but also Liquid Courage. 4 Valor, 1 damage shield. It gets consumed out of the deck. Only costs 1. I think I'll be taking it. It's really good for supporting backline units, that one, because it not only gives them Valor, so they gain additional damage, but it gives them damage shield. Glacial Seal on Incan to apply Frostbite 2 to enemy units. I think not. Helical Crystallis for just throwing a bunch of damage at a single unit is pretty relevant right now, but it's going to start tuning out of relevance pretty soon. I think I want to lean towards Skip here, to be entirely honest with you. I don't think any of these positively affect the deck. Taking additional Pyre health is also more important to me now because I've got Fhyra's Greed and I'm intentionally taking damage. Yo. Everlasting Light. On strike, apply Valor 2 to friendly units. So for Fel, with multi-strike, that's even better. I think I take... Oh my god, there's multi-strike on Battle Dancer as well. I think I take that. I think I combine that and a Windblade. And then I think I make that deployable. There's another argument to be made here very quickly, which is last time I faced the Rage Wings, one of the very first things I said was, if I had an Inferno room and I just put that on the bottom line, everything's solved. What the hell am I doing standing here looking at the Inferno room like it's not the solution to all of my problems? I'll take that and make it deployable. Umbra is out. Again, too much interaction in the rare set is very, very powerful, but highly situational, so it requires morsels or gorge, or it requires stuff that I'm not having. Highborn draft pick. Give me Devilish Details. Lazarus League. Some of the equipment stuff could be relevant. Take Fireborn. That's a Dragonstaff is on Incant, deal 1 damage to enemy units. Pyroclasm, attuned explosives deal 150 damage to a single unit. Or Tome of Contracts, reduce a unit's cooldown timer by 1 to a minimum of 1. I'll take Pyroclasm here. Most generally valuable, it looks like. Merchant of Steel Empyrean Well. I think I get a lot of money in this fight. I'd like to be able to justify going to the Merchant of Trinkets. So here's the question. Do I do this? And the answer, yes. One inversion. 2 inversion. 3 inversions. Inferno Room's so good. I really want to just drop that Calcified Ember. And drop it like it's hot right out of the deck. But I can remove that another time. When else am I going to manage to get 2 triggers of shift? Literally all of these cards want to discard other cards from my hand. I don't think it's important enough that I play any of them at the risk of discarding Preserve. Like, they don't benefit me. Removing a lot of those cards from the deck will make it so much more powerful. We'll preserve the Vengeful Shard. Again, can't risk playing those now. Let's get the armor stack on Fel now. If I can get any of the things that say when you gain Valor, gain +1 or something like that. Oh my god, this top line. It gets so wacky. One, 2, 3. Get him. Oh my god. It's got to be worth noting that the deep offering is slightly worse than it usually is right now. Granted, it still says my favorite keyword, consume, but it does risk discarding a Vengeful Shard that I'm intentionally holding with Fhyra's. That said, if it does that, I think I'm kind of okay with it doing that. I'll also note, Bloodsoaked Arena, literally just throwing that on the midline with Cold Kelia right now is actually sick as hell, and I'm gonna do it. Wait, is it? Hang on. Hang on, that actually may have been a really bad idea. Because Cold Kelia doesn't kill that many units when the Inferno Room is deployed, but also I don't need to deploy them at the same time. Host Guard. 3 Ember, 3 Size, ability Heavenly Slam. Move to a targeted location on any floor, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to this unit's health and armor. I kind of want to take it just to try and guild it. I don't have anything I can really do with it right now, but some point in the future, maybe. Draw, 1,000,000,000% wants to be in this deck. I will take this opportunity to go to the trinkets. Start of the turn, fully healed champions, End of the entire battle, friendly units at the front of the floor permanently gain 6 health. Pretty good. Start of turn, fully healed champions. Honestly, I'm not against that. Phil, almost all of yours is armor. No, it's a waste of money to take that. Oh dear. Savage Skin, Savage Heart, or Savage Spirit? Skin, giving Titan Skin and then throwing that on Host Guard seems neat, but also, do I want it? It messes with my deployability. It's good for permanent rage growth on someone like Cold Kelia, perhaps. But Cold Kelia really wants to be attacking quickly in order to be able to take advantage of that. But also, Cold Kelia, your value was that you were good at taking out entire lines. That's what our Inferno Room does at the moment. So maybe Cold Kelia is outmoded. Maybe it's just Host Guard now. It's a 3-turn cooldown. Why do you cost 3 Ember? 3-turn cooldown, 3 Size, 3 Ember. Stat line's fine, sure. But damn. Targeted location on any floor, I guess. Okay. I don't think I can turn down either Savage Heart or Savage Skin on someone. Cold Kelia could hold Titan Skin 5, but realistically, you don't benefit from it. Host Guard's seldom gonna want to change its own floor. Just gets played on the bottom line and then moves to another line instead. Unchained 2, so that I can work my way up to Unchained 3, which will be when you have Valor 75, Fel gains an additional multi-strike. Ooh, another Merchant of Trinkets in the next area with a Empyrean Well Celestial Alcove. Yeah, I'll hold on to 170 here happily. Enemies have Titan Skin 4. That is what the Inferno Room is for. My god, the Inferno Room's going to do so well here. Fel and Battle Dancer. Will Wind's Blade. Fel's more important to Windblade. Drop a Cold Kelia. Hit a Just Cause on those units. And I'll preserve Host Guard. It's almost irrelevant that I play Host Guard. I'll preserve Calcified Ember so that I can play it out one of these turns. The Host Guard isn't going to be the make or break of this battle. I'll play Savage Shackles, a Spear Steward, and then some Liquid Courage. Draws a card as well. And I'll throw a Spear Steward on the bottom line. Shield Steward, rather, on the bottom line. Just let it die. I do want to give Fel a turn at the front in order to gain the armor here. But I'm also not going to. The merged equipment is actually less impactful than hitting Fel twice here. At least less impactful in the permanent sense. This is probably the most friendly turn I'll find for playing out a Calcified Ember for a while. I only have to lose one permanent Valor for it. Savagery Shackles, and then merged equipment for our top line. I'll also preserve the Vengeful Shard. Nice. And get enough Just Cause to move Fel to the front, so now I can gain armor on you. Good amount of money for me going to the... Ooh, 2 triggers of Fhyra at the end of the turn. Nice amount of money to be going to the Merchant of Trinkets with. You might even get away with a reroll. Yeah. Death Metal Hymnist. Enchant. Grant multi-strike 1. It takes 1 space. Putting that on the top floor would obviously be incredible. Lead Songbird, Valor on friendly units adds an additional damage per stack. Realistically, they will have so much Valor that an additional multi-strike is even more important. And Imprison Zephyr, friendly units advance on strike. If I did want to, I could try and put that on the top line, in which case, like, they invert once at the end of the turn. Once at the end of the turn, I don't think is worth it compared to the death metal. Unnamed Tome. If I'm not going to take any of the rest of these, and discard a card at random is irrelevant to me, spell weakness is also irrelevant to me, discard a card at random obviously isn't necessarily irrelevant to me, it's just... It's very costly considering what we already have in the deck. And then Unnamed Tome. Permafrost Consume, apply Mute 5 to an enemy unit. To enemy units, rather. Get rid of their most annoying effects. Merchant Trinkets. Perfect. When a friendly unit gains Valor, it gains 1 additional stack. That's exactly what we wanted. Summoning Hymnist applies 5 Valor to friendly units. I would like that. However, summoning that Hymnist already... I'm not going to summon many, and the Hymnist that I would summon doesn't need to give 5 Valor to its friends. By the time I get to summon this, everything's already busted. I think most advance the back enemy unit when it enters your train. That's the ability to put the Rage Wings at the front of the line, but again, we've already dealt with that. That's the Inferno room. It's worth noting, the gain an additional Valor does just increase the amount that Fel gains permanently. Fel now gains 2 on a permanent trigger. I'll take a reroll here. Unit cards without an upgrade cost -1. That's actually really good for summoning Death Metal Hymnist. Neat. Playing a spell deals 2 damage to a random enemy unit on that floor. I don't play many spells on empty floors, rules of containment. I'm leaning towards removing a couple of cards from this deck at this point. I think getting 2 Foghorn Powers out of this deck makes it a lot better right now. Discarded Wings. Ooh. The ability of Flight. That's my +10 to a unit. Realistically, this is just additional stats for a unit, so I'm gonna dig deeper, looking for... Oh, Arcus's Wing. Okay. +8, +15, and it gives flight to a unit. And I think we'll just drop that on Colt Kellier for additional stats. I don't want to put it on the Death Metal Hymnist, unfortunately, because while it's good for the stat line, it now makes the Hymnist cost more. And Battle Dancer would definitely prefer to take something like Quick, ideally. In terms of duping, I do think another merged equipment makes a lot of sense. Especially because of the amount of Valor stacked in there. A Penitent Breaststone is spawned on each floor with 4 spikes. As long as I let Battle Dancer take some Valor at some point, we're okay. The only unit that's really threatened by this is the Death Metal Hymnist, and I can simply choose not to play it. All of their units, however, will literally die to Inferno. Oh, hang on. Hang the hold on. I just realized that my Shield Stewards, rather, in that opening hand costs 0. So I may as well develop one. Not 2, just 1. Yeah, Death Metal Hymnist is here, but I can't... Well, I can actually summon them. Oh, I thought the Unnamed Tome was the freezing, so I was ready to freeze the Vengeful Shard in hand. Yeah, getting that merged equipment out as early as possible, I think, is too important to ignore here. Drop a Cold Kellier on the field. Just Cause gets the armor up on Battle Dancer. And I don't need to preserve anything at the moment. I think I just leave my stuff as it is. I mean, I both want Windblade on the Battle Dancer, but I also want the other piece of equipment that I've duped. I think I will wait for the duped one, actually. Let's give Windblade to Corkelia, who otherwise doesn't have anything to hold. Double invert on the top line, and then just let that one resolve. Incredible. We get to play out 2 stewards on the bottom line, just letting them explode. Corkelia finally gets the Blood-Soaked Arena. On the turn that the Penitent Pressstone dies, unfortunately they're not killing the Penitent Pressstone, so that's not going to count. And we also get our additional equipment up on the top line. We'll preserve the Vengeful Shard. And let the rest of that roll out. Selfless Sack into Just Cause. Just short of being able to attack 3 times on the top line. Unfortunately, the Battle Dancer is taking out both of them, robbing us of 3 Valor on both of our units. Death Metal Hymnist can't play it because I drew it with the Savage Shackles. I do think I'm probably going to take energy for our second boss relic. That'll do it. Well, now it's not up against anything better. Do I want Impressions ever at this point? There's also Heroic Dive. Descend and advance a friendly unit, then deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 2 times this unit's health and armor. Obviously pretty good with the Host Guard. It's actually pretty good with Corkelia as well, because it moves Corkelia down to the bottom floor. She deals 80 damage to the front enemy liner, and then you just move her back up because she can fly. That's actually pretty cool. I'm going to take Heroic Dive for exactly that reason. Imprison Zephyr, realistically, it's an additional move every turn on the top line at the cost of consistency for our own field generation. Like, would I be able to guarantee that a Death Metal Hymnist would never end up at the front, right? So imagine Fell Dancer, then Battle Dancer, Death Metal Hymnist behind it. Attack, attack, Death Metal Hymnist reveals itself to damage, puts itself at the front, right? Fell, Death Metal, Battle Dancer. Fell, attack, attack. Death Metal moves forward by attacking. Battle Dancer moves forward. Like, with 3 units on the top line, having Imprisoned Zephyr on the top line suddenly seems a lot better. And Fell goes in the front line, and then... So what's that mean? Death Metal Hymnist stays in the midline. That's a lot of additional moves if I can get it. Guardian Stone and a second Preserve. Honestly, a second Preserve for hitting another one of the Vengeful Shards, I think slaps here. It's just money. Merchant of Arms, some health in the Celestial Alcove. I really do want to make a piece of the equipment deployable, but I am also really going to need additional energy. Merchant of Steel certainly has some tricks up its sleeve that are relevant to us. Battle Dancer would like... Well, Battle Dancer is basically the only thing that really gets better over on that side at the moment. There's the Stoic Plate Mail for the Incant Gorgon that we didn't take. Twice we didn't take it as well. Imprisoned Zephyr is back. Bloodsoaked Arena. So basically just options of things we already have. I mean, Imprisoned Zephyr I would be able to play on the first turn, but like, it doesn't actually do much. I'm gonna make one of these deployable. Just gonna do it. Also gonna remove a couple cards from this deck, get a couple more 4-form powers out. Got 2. Combine 2 equipment cards into 1. No thanks. Random Umbra consumable, Lunar Coven consumable, or Lazarus League consumable? Consumable, you say? I want to lean Umbra for capacity, but it's still kind of irrelevant. I'm gonna go Lazarus League. Yeah, I figured it would give me Reanimate. Do I want it, though? I think not. Money. Thanks, Laz. Umbra. Money. No morsels for me. I'm unlikely to want the additional Merchant of Magic as well as another dupe in the next area, so a Merchant of Arms, rather. A Merchant of Magic with the Unstable Vortex certainly seems good. Wait, are these the 60 health cherubs? Is it the lifesteal ones that have 60 health? I don't recall. Nope, 30 health. We're good. Ooh, Imprisoned Zephyr for the top line immediately. Gotta love that. So, damage shield past this 22 incoming, I think. Right. No. We do it the other way around. Because I'm going to be playing my third card, so third card type rather, will be using Liquid Courage on the back line and then just causing you to the front. I kind of want to leave it in the front line so it gains this armor stack first so that it doesn't end up revealing itself to something dumb and dying. I could play Yeah, I'll play Windblade there this turn, fine. Okay, cool. Gives me the ability to develop a Colkelia. I want Battle Dancer to be the unit that ends up in the front line at the end of this, so I'll invert our party. Then I'll preserve a Vengeful Shard, keep it kicking in hands. Let the rest of that roll out. Now, top line already has all the equipment. I think maybe it's a really good time to get the Death Metal Hymnist up here. That's going to be a lot more move triggers as well. Let's have a look at exactly how many. Oh, hell yes. I can't leave Death Metal Hymnus at the back is the problem, so I can't really move units. I move Battle Dancer to the front. Yeah, Death Metal Hymnus ends up leading the line at the end of the turn. Granted, I almost certainly draw a Just Cause. I think I hold for the rest of this, actually. I'll just throw down the additional piece of equipment on the top line. Might as well. Reorder it exactly. I'll keep the other Vengeful Shard in hand, thank you. Should I preserve the... Yeah, I think at this point, preserving a Just Cause makes a lot of sense as well. I am happy with how many turns I'm just getting the double Vengeful Shard from Fhyra's Greed. It's so good. It's like an extra trial every single fight. I'd love this fight to take longer. Unfortunately, it won't. 1, 2, 3. The longer it takes, the many more inversions we get. Alas. Cursed Twinblade. 2 Ember, 6 damage, multi-strike, 1. On strike, -1 damage. I don't think I really have a unit that wants that. I mean, like, Colcalia, if you also had Quick, maybe, but that's not really your kind of thing. Spike the Banish, 3x Valor on a single unit. I think that's not half bad. I'll take it. Take the energy before I double think. We already have the 25 Valor, so Unchained 3 just gives us some multi-strike. Holdover on a spell, -1 cost to a spell. Holdover -1 cost on a Just Cause isn't awful. Having control over putting 1 unit at the front of the line every single turn is actually pretty important to me. Gain permafrost on a spell, significantly less. Double stack on the X costs, consume removal on the X cost, and then also giving it Smolder Stone, which would come with. Consume removal on Selfless Sacrifice, perhaps. I think I will look. Double stack and Spell Chain. Spell Chain's fun. I don't think it's especially relevant here, unfortunately. Give double stack to Spike of the Banished. Unnamed Tome could mute 10, including to bosses, which is pretty good. But realistically, unless I draw this before I even play my minions on turn 1, it's pretty bad. Because it won't stop the spell weakness from Seraph, which is the thing I'm most concerned with at the moment. I think I will take the double stack on the Spike of the Banished, recognizing also that I'm pretty unlikely to get to take too much advantage of that. And then Spell Chain the Liquid Courage for just a little more cheap application of its effect. And then Pyroclasm, I'm going to lower your cost by 2, and then also upgrade your damage so that you're a better response spell, because I don't really cast you otherwise right now. Speaking of don't really cast, let's get rid of one of the Foregone Powers, as well as one of the Titan's Gratitudes. I still have a lot more removal I want to do in the next area. I wouldn't be surprised if I went for the Unstable Vortex Empyrean Well Merchant of Arms, literally for removal's sake. Especially worth noting, the other side is Merchant of Magic, which doesn't really appeal to me at all. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor. That is kind of annoying. I want that money, though. It's like 48 damage on top line. So what, I'm relying on damage shield to be able to live? Because I don't attack at quick speed. I think I have to let the Battle Dancer die this turn. Okay, 12 pyre damage. I'd love to be able to do something else here, but 35, 36. Yeah, I don't even have a way to take down a single Purified Soul. This will be okay. Cocalia is also going to do incredibly well on that second line. The bottom line is going to be most of our stuff. We're going to have two 500s come up to the top line at the same time, which is going to be a bit of an annoyance, and that's going to be our first real check. $52 Valor on that second line, though, is huge. Death Metal Hymnist. There we go. Preserve Vengeful Shard. I've got Spike of the Banished for 12 Valor to a single target, which realistically probably needs to go on the Death Metal Hymnist, who's going to find the way to the front line eventually. So that double damage shield is huge. Then I move you to the front line, attack, and then Fel will attack past you, so we get another movement. Pyroclasm, 200. Realistically, I think this Pyroclasm could easily just get thrown at an enemy, and I think it's probably worthwhile starting to whittle down the HP of these guys. Oh, hell yeah! Each time the Terrifying Amalgam is dealing damage direct to my Pyre, it's also giving me 10 gold. Thanks, bud. Preserving the other Vengeful Shard. That'll do. Savage Shackles allows us to play a Spear Steward on the bottom line. I think it might be time to drop a Unnamed Tome to prevent 10 Pyre damage this turn. Actually, I can just develop Host Guard. That's so cool. Oh, hang on. Need to use one less Just Cause to still be able to develop the Host Guard. Hell, I can even fly you to this floor, deal 60 damage to the enemy. Reserve Just Cause for the next turn as well. Perfect, because this gives me now the ability to play Unnamed Tome on the bottom line to prevent Rax from gaining multi-strike every time it ascends. Get him. And then the top line where we absolutely eviscerate. How dare you take down my bird? Oh, so much money. So much money. So much money. Punk Shredder. Enchant, gain Trample. Look, Trample is pretty good. That said, with the amount of multi-strike that we have, we don't really need it. Benediction, 3 Ember, apply Valor 3 and Damage Shield 1 to friendly units. Also pretty good. Is it better than not having it? Given the amount of energy I have, I'll take a single copy. Ice Storm, Merchant Spines, and Drain will all find themselves rejected from this deck. Start a turn, friendly units gain 3 Valor if they're at the front of the floor. Make that 4 Valor and I'll do it. It's also Wanderer's Talisman, 5/5 for a unit at the end of the turn if it's the only unit on the floor. Realistically, Colgelia will get that a lot of the time, which... it's fine, but Colgelia will also die very early. Courtesy of Entropy attacking for 20 a turn, at least. Ancient Fire Tap is nice, and like with Fhyra's Greed, I could have used it early on to play so many cards and get so much gold. Sadly, we're past the gold spending phase of the run. Valor grants an additional armor per stack. We take those. After deployment phase, summon a random unit from your deck on each floor. I mean, unfortunately, that's going to summon the Death Metal Hymn that's in the wrong position a lot of the time, so I can't really take it. Silence to non-boss enemy units. Look, if I wasn't already putting the Inferno on the bottom line, yes. But I am putting Inferno on the bottom line, so no. I can upgrade Imprison's Effort to be in my opening hand. It just saves me a draw. We'll remove a card from the deck, and this one, realistically, it's the other Titan's Gratitude because I don't play them. Remove 2 more cards from the deck. These get out of the play quickly, but the thing is I also need to get past them even faster. Because the first cycle, hitting the important units at the right time is much more important, much more impactful. So I'll remove a Spear Steward and a Shield Steward, because I still get to play 1 Shield Steward just as a sacrificial lamb on the bottom line. I think the Liquid Courage with the ability to just drop some damage, shield, and valor on specific targets, I think is probably really important to get another copy of in this deck. I think another choice would be Unnamed Tome. Just as a way to get a second target out of it. In case I want to mute... I don't know, I suppose Entropy? No, you can't. No, you can mute Entropy. Oh, I don't discard cards from hand well, unfortunately. Do I want to dupe something just so I get it sooner? Maybe a holdover Just Cause. I think preserves are much less valuable because obviously I won't be preserving the cards that are actually trying to help me here, with the Vengeful Shards rather. I could take another Pyroclasm as just like a in case of emergency button, but realistically that's the this is what the Inferno room is. I'm gonna take that additional Liquid Courage. I think it's the most likely to save me from something. What's it saving me from? Don't know. Something. Alright, C-Rap Eternus. Seraph Eternus hits for 90 damage. And it attacks on turn 1. Oh, God. I think I have to put my Dancer first. And if I get a way to give it damage shield, it gets to live. Otherwise, I do have to play the fight without it. There's the Liquid Courage, we're fine. I'll give you 13 additional Valor, buddy. Thankfully, Fel gets to the front line and collects 280 armor. Oh boy. Colkelia dies literally for just being summoned on this floor as well. I can summon you and even give you Benediction, and then you still die. That's really unfortunate. Oh boy. These terrifying amalgams are doing so much damage to me. I actually think it might be a good idea to hit one of them with an unnamed tome here. Hit the one that's got longer on the field, I suspect. I'll equip the Windblade just because it's the nearest one. Wait, actually, hang on. That should be damage shield again, and then I move Fel back to the front without damage shield. Because I want Fel to lose the melee weakness this turn. Death Metal Hymnist. Okay, preserve the merged equipment and also the Liquid Courage, so I have those ready for the Death Metal Hymn this next turn. I summon the Death Metal Hymn this turn. And then I move you to the front, and then I move you behind, and now we get a bunch of swapsies. Good. At the start of combat. Okay, I'm gonna play Savage Shackles, Colkelia on the bottom line. I'm gonna drop a Liquid Courage on you. Then next turn, I'm gonna fly you up. This is to prevent the 5 damage from the Terrifying Amalgam this turn. Oh, wow, Chosen Assassin has 5 health remaining. Oh, you must have gotten, yeah, Titan Skin at the same time. I can use... One, 2, 3. I think I'll hold here because the Liquid Courage is going to pop. Travel up with them, protecting us still. Well, hacked you a lead. Do I get to play Host Guard for the very first time? I played it at the end of a previous battle, I guess. However, I will get the opportunity here to play it now. Oh. Never mind. Host Guard does not get played. I forgot about that Rage Wing on the top line. I can't let any of those live. This is the Rage Wing hate deck. Oh my god, I forgot to move the... Oh, that's so annoying. It's another 10 damage twice. I actually can't do that. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna try and play this out, but not moving that Cold Kelia cost us like 20 damage on this line, and this is gonna be another 10, this is gonna be another 20, which means I'm gonna have 30 less health at the end of the fight, which means I'm on 15 going into the final fight, which does mean we just lose. We do. We just definitely lose. I don't have a way to sap Dominion enough. So, if I want to defend against that, I can summon a Host Guard this turn. And then... hit a couple Just Causes. And then we take another 10 damage at the end of this turn, getting to 24. I mean, obviously, Vengeful Shard as well. 23. Yeah, I think preventing that 10 damage is literally make or break for the run. I'm going to have to reload this fight. It's literally, I already intended to move that unit up. I had done it. It's just I reset the turn, reset battle. I reset the turn and then I didn't move it. You, and then Dark's was in front of you, and then we gave you that. Good Courage saves you. You go down there. Then... I let you take that hit. No, I play both of my holdovers. Lay out the rest of the Valor for the top line. Let me check something out. Colkelia, then Blood-Soaked Arena, then Just Cause on the top line. Benediction. And then I'd be Colkelling you up next round. You won't have much Slay is the main problem. Won't have much, won't have much Valor because you won't be getting many Slays rather on that line. I could also elect to keep this unnamed tome instead of muting 10 damage from these two terrifying amalgams. Wait until Seraphiternus is attacking so that I can mute 10 a turn, which is, I think, going to have to happen. It's Just Cause and then Selfless you back to the front and then Just Cause one more time because I want to lose the melee weakness from Fel. Great opportunity to do so. We can preserve the merged equipment. Merged equipment is relevant as just a liquid courage, even. Three multi-strike, I think, makes it much more worth hitting the merged equipment on Battle Dancer instead here. If I play Savage Shackles called Kelia, that gives us the ability to lay the armor on you. And I'll give you some Valor for additional HP. Plasm has to hit this turn as well. Preserve for the sake of a host guard? I think so, especially because I'm going to draw another preserve next turn. There's the double amalgam floor. So I take 20 damage to the Terrifying Amalgams as they raise for the next 2 turns, which leaves us on 32 by the end of the match. Alright, I think we might be able to make it through the final fight with 32. I'm not even certain about that, though. Here's the main concern. I've got to deal with Dominion. I don't have a good way of mitigating its damage. I've got damage dealt to me in my own deck, obviously, from the Vengeful Shards. Savagery deals 5 damage to the Pyre if there's no units on the floor. So is already threatening to do 5 damage every time it loops. I really want to play the Inverno Room on the bottom line because it is the fastest damage that I can do down there. It is my solution against Ragewing. It is my solution against all of the incoming damage. One, two, and then I play Benediction on this line, keeping a unit here so I get Savagery to prevent the damage incoming. And then I play Vengeful Shard to keep my energy. Battle Dancer takes almost lethal damage, but fell. Oh no, it has 5 corruption as well. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna need to give it damage shield and move it to the front if I actually want it to do anything ever. Can't give it damage shield, can't move it to the front. Well, that sucks. I think I have to hit Unnamed Tome on Savagery right now. Cause you to the front. Play out a Pyolite. Let's drop a Pyroclasm for a bunch of damage on all of them. It is my best unit. Bloodsoaked Arena sets up midline. Just Cause and Selfless Sack. Do I preserve all that merged equipment? Yeah. 3 turns more of Mute from Savagery, so I can avoid the damage on those lines, which is nice. Let's drop a Cold Kelia. Actually, I'll play my Savagery out before I drop Cold Kelia, knowing that I have to do that. I like Damage Shield, but it only prevents 5 damage on this line at the moment, so if I'm doing anything, surely it's Spike of the Banished instead. Frozen Equipment. Now I have to play that. Highlight has to be played as well. I'll preserve a Liquid Courage, because that's a good card. And then just cause Spike Banished. Try and keep some reasonable health on that unit. Play Death Metal Hymnist. Preserve a Liquid Courage. Play out Highlight for the top line. I need to play that every single turn. Dominion needs to lose as much HP as possible. Entropy's getting pretty close. Savagery's not especially close, but could get a lot better. Now, do I want to move Cold Kelia from this line? That's the next question, right? Whether or not Cold Kelia should be overstacking on the same line as the Hymnists at this point. I think so. Because of Entropy and Vengeful Shard. Really don't want to be losing any additional health. Highlights. Ooh, Benediction's certainly appealing. But much more appealing, I think, is just hitting Liquid Courage. Savagery's going to deal 5 damage directly to us at the end of this turn. How utterly terrifying. Okay, we're taking out Entropy on pace. Dominion, 5 damage from Savagery this turn. We lose? No, we don't. I'm moving you down. so that Savagery doesn't manage to hit us directly in the pyre. Just goes Pyre Light, throw a Vengeful Shard out of hands. Dominions on Death's Door, and when Savagery comes up next turn, it's Death's Door as well. However, Dominion will attack before we attack. We're literally exactly 1 health away from winning. How dare you? We're exactly 1 damage away from winning. Oh, I'm furious. Oh, I'm absolutely livid about it. It's enough damage to kill both of these. Dominion kills me right before it happens. How dare you? What? Throw a piece of equipment on you. Yeah, there's nothing in the deck that we could have even drawn. The ability to sap Dominion exactly once would have saved us. I couldn't have told you I was going to be exactly 3 away from the end of the run. Oh, that's so annoying. To get this close and literally be exact... Like, 1 more Vengeful Shard played at any point in the run. I was playing them very, very studiously towards the end, but... 1 more played at any point in the run, and we would be killing the Titans here. Oh. How dare you? Oh. So close. Oh. Host Guard and Preserve both gain their gold borders. Because again, it is still a win. We beat Seraph. We just didn't beat the Titans, unfortunately. Checking the run summary, and we can see these 2 Vengeful Shards, probably the most impactful cards in the entire deck. We also had other cards. Realistically, our cards were pretty bad. Like, the merged equipment was pretty good. The Imprisoned Zephyr fell. Like, the cards themselves were pretty good. The upgrades those cards held, not so much. That said, that was in exchange for going and getting all of the really cool Valor relics, which definitely held up over the course of that run. Let's head back to the outpost. I'm also gonna very quickly just go... I can't bring up a larger version of that? Alright. Let's go gathering at the pyre.
Look over there. The Hymnist Band are getting on stage. I think they're gonna play some music.
Finally. I could use some good tunes around here.
Quiet down! They're starting! Welcome, angels and demons, one and all! We are the Warbling Loons! We're gonna play some gnarly tunes for you today, so sit back and enjoy the music! This first song is called Hell and Heaven's Fight.
Completely misread it.
Heaven and Hell's Last Stand. 1, 2, 3, hit it!
They're just playing the actual main theme. I didn't know it was you who did it.
I must say, they're quite good. Better than I expected.
Agreed. In heaven, all they could play were these boring hymns. They've got a lot more energy now. By the way, I got you a drink. here's to our shared fight and whatever else comes our way.
Cheers to that! I suppose I was wrong about you. Even an angel can be worthy company. Once in a while.
I guess I could say the same about you. Cheers. From the deep fiery depths of hell comes an army no heavens might could quell.
Oh man, this is so sick! I can't believe we get to hear this live!
Enjoying the music?
Commander, we were just about to head to the training fields.
At ease. I just came over to say you're free for the rest of the day.
Really? You're the man, Commander!
You've all earned yourself a little fun after all we've been through. So let's enjoy the show.
Guess we'd better show the Commander how we rock out. Who's ready to get loud?
Warriors in the cold, face the horse, rushing past the wall. Raise your voices, angels, demons, and all. Please don't do more lyrics. I don't want to do the singing part. When we rise together, the titans will fall.
We are the Wobbling Loons! Thank you for coming! Good luck and good night!
We didn't even get a way in there from the death metal bird. The one that we were actually using over the course of that run. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist of all my content until the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And about the thank you and a special thanks this episode to Dyla. Hopefully you're living and enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.